A new refuge for homeless veterans is under construction. It sits right off of Middlebrook Pike in the Westview neighborhood of West Knoxville. But it is more than a place to escape the streets. It's a place to call home. This construction underway outside and inside these walls.
Kitchen, of course, it's a very nice sized kitchen.
From floor to ceiling is all part of a renewed effort to help rebuild the lives of homeless veterans. What difference will it make in your life?
It makes a big difference.
This discharge paper is the only tie former sailor William Wall has to his military service.
I got Parkinson's disease from Agent Orange when I was over there.
But proof of his 4 years in the Navy as a Morse code operator during the early 70s now serves as his ticket to a new permanent home.
Oh, this is a great step moving forward.
For me personally, it's very meaningful.
The number of homeless veterans is far lower than decades ago, but the most recent count recorded more than 300 homeless vets in Knoxville. The nonprofit Helen Ross McNabb Center is using this building to fulfill an ongoing pledge to move more military veterans off the streets and into housing.
We're able to expand our housing by 10 other units. So we will then have 33 units in Knox County dedicated specifically and solely for veterans.
And this is more than just a place to sleep. It is supportive housing, meaning a caseworker lives in the building with 9 veterans. And the new single-room units sit just steps away from an outpatient center already counseling veterans.
Veterans can live here, build their community here, and also can walk next door and get services and support.
Here's the funding breakdown for the new homeless veteran housing. $800,000 in a block grant from Knox County, almost $400,000 from the state of Tennessee, $300,000 from the city of Knoxville, and $60,000 in private donations. The total cost to build each unit, almost $130,000.
I like it up here. We've got a little bit of a view.
On a fixed income this fall, William Wall will pay about $250 a month in rent and utilities for a fully furnished 1-bedroom right next door and across the hall from fellow veterans.
That's the best part. I mean, we can sit and talk war stories.
It's a project devoted to serving those who serve, starting with a place to call home. The Veterans Administration selects the candidates for that housing complex. The ribbon cutting is set for late September, and you can read more about Navy veteran William Wall, including the person who most influenced him in life, right now at WBIR.com.